What's going on YouTube? JT is Reborn here, and welcome back to another edition of my DC comic book reviews. And in this video, we're going to talk about Titans issue number 30. This is the Cyborg versus Swamp Thing round. This is round 4. This is part of the DC K.O. all-night fight month, whatever you want to call it. So there's a lot of rounds, a lot of fights going on with this thing, and I'm just trying to play catch-up right now. But the main gist of this issue, it's Cyborg versus Swamp Thing. The last issue of this, we kind of had some other stuff going on in the background, like with Jinx World and Gem World with, was it Jinx and Raven having to potentially get Terra to help fight with Nightwing and all that. So other stuff kind of going on outside the tournament, but this one primarily just focused on the tournament. Now, there were still the interludes of Booster Gold in that, as I kind of explained in some of the other videos, so you can go check those things out. I'm trying to post and upload these all subsequently, so that way if you want to jump into the next video and hear my thoughts on it, you can kind of go right into that, because we did round 3. So round 2 was an Aquaman issue. Round 2 was Wonder Woman and Lobo. Round 2, round 3, this is round 4. So, and the last one, I just had some frustrating things to say about it. So, and again, it's the fight between Cyborg and Swamp Thing, and that's kind of an interesting one. It's technology versus like the more natural world and all that too. So the first round goes to Cyborg, the second round goes to Swamp Thing, and then the third round, Swamp Thing ultimately kind of gives in and just gives Cyborg like, okay, you think you can do this? All right, I believe in you, and just kind of lets him sort of win by the end of it too. Also, in one of the interludes, we have Roy with his coffee and Donna kind of monitoring things, talking up with John Kent about stuff going on planet Earth. Leon shows up as well. Roy's really frustrated with her, and he's like, after all that stuff you pulled with your mom. So they do reference the Cheshire and Cheetah thing, which I actually like went and read after I kind of read this issue to kind of get caught up with some things, and I found out things I didn't realize. Like, I didn't know Nyssa had another daughter. Apparently I had to look it up, and apparently she's a new character as well. So yeah, like, I guess this is set after, or that series concludes before the events of DC K.O, but at least Roy is there with his daughter. Yeah, well, I was kind of bothering me as I was reading Titans. I'm like, does Roy even acknowledge his daughter's existence? And here we actually kind of have something. So why didn't Roy just take her up with him in the first place? But I guess maybe the tension going on with Leon and her mom and all that too. So at least I get some background and explanation where that was going on there. But then you go to Green Arrow and it feels like they're really kind of connected as father and daughter. So I don't know, it's a little bit all over the place and kind of messy with their characterization, but that Cheshire and Rob the Justice League book has one more issue left, and I'll have to see how that concludes as it ties into this Titan stuff. But yeah, so they're a little bit angry at each other right here. So again, the final round goes back and forth between the two characters, but Swamp Thing's like, okay, you're gonna have to be the one to move on for me. So that was kind of cool that Swamp Thing just kind of accepted and just trusted in Cyborg to kind of do the thing. So I mean, Swamp Thing was able to kind of duplicate himself in some ways. See, this makes more sense than Wonder Woman getting the help of other Amazonian warriors, because it is still Swamp Thing. And this is something I complained about the last video with Wonder Woman versus Lobo. Like, okay, that makes sense. Not like duplicated themselves, like to do something like that. No, that was straight up Wonder Woman getting help from other people outside like of the tournament or whatever. That just kind of annoyed me. But here, Cyborg is like, okay, my abilities in my peak form right here. I have stuff from all the Titans. Like, I'll have Raven, like Starbolts and Raven's energy and all that other crazy wacky stuff. So Cyborg ultimately wins and moves on to the next round. So okay, back and forth fights made sense who won in the context, and it works. And of course we have the Watchtower interlude with Booster Gold fighting everybody, or taking down the World Forger. As he's getting ready to kind of leave, that's when Gorilla Grodd shows up and gets ready for the fight. And then back to the other Titan stuff. John and Leon are going to get ready to show up in their little all-fight special. So that's something right there. Also, like, I guess Leon's age is, she is like a teenager at this point, so she's probably going to join the Teen Titans at some point, work alongside John. That's kind of cool, I suppose. But then Donna and Roy decide to head back to Earth to investigate some stuff, and that's when they come across Grail, the daughter of Darkseid, who's just like, my father's coming soon, and I won't allow anything else to kind of get in the way. So that's a cool cliffhanger ending too. So yeah, overall, this was a pretty decent back and forth fight. It's nice to see Roy acknowledge his daughter's existence in the Titans book. Yes, they kind of left the stuff hanging from Nightwing and Raven in the previous issue, but again, there's a lot of different storylines going on. I understand the middle of the event, so I can wait another, like, whenever the next issue of Titans comes out, just to kind of make way for this sort of thing. It's all tied into the big event, so Yeah, I guess we'll wait to see what happens in the next issue. But again, they had to get Cyborg versus Swamp Thing out of the way, and that is officially round 4. So this was an improvement over the previous fight where it's Wonder Woman versus Lobo, and it actually made more sense, and it didn't feel like cheating per se, because it is all Swamp Thing. It's not like he's getting the help of, here, Batman, come help me out. Here, Superman, come join me in this fight, because that's the peak version of me. I got the help from other people involved. Or maybe better yet, Zatanna and Constantine to get the Justice League Dark involved or something like that. So yeah, this made more sense. And when Cyborg drawing on help, it's just his suit version of himself that had powers of the other things. So that didn't feel as much like cheating as Wonder Woman getting the help of the Amazons to physically be there to fight alongside her. So yeah, but anyways, like I said, overall decent. Layman was the writer, Pete Woods is the art and colors, and you had some other people involved working on it as well. So it was an improvement. So there you go. Anyways, what did you think of the issue? Post your comments down below. Be sure to like this video, share it with your friends, subscribe to the YouTube channel for more content, hit that bell for notifications, all that fun stuff, and I'll be back with another video like pretty much right after this, so stay tuned.